Good morning, and thank you for coming today. As you know, my name is Suk Daliwal, and I have a qualified team of council candidates to announce that I will be running to be the next mayor of our great city. Surrey is a rapidly growing community, and it's a very diverse and dynamic community that have unlimited potential. Our future is bright, and I believe working together, we can achieve so much more that we can accomplish much more than what we have seen over the last 4 years. Over the last 4 years, we have seen a divisive politics, unprecedented division, partisanship, no focus on the citizens of Surrey. This has to end. The team and those candidates that we will be announcing over the summer, we will be providing a team that will help Surrey grow, that will help the families, that will help the children, that will help the seniors living in Surrey. Over the past 4 months, people have come to us and they have told us one thing. They don't like this division and this partisan politics that's happening over the past 4 years. To address that, we have come up with a party named United Surrey. And they have also told us that we can work together. Look at the team that I have here with me today. A very diverse team from professional talent, from political perspective, and from every other corner. And we can work together, and this is why we picked up the slogan that we are stronger together. They want a city government which would work together in the best interest of all citizens, not only a handful. And they told us they wanted a city government that will focus on getting the basics right and who would work together on delivering on housing, transit, and public safety. And most importantly, government who will work together to help make ends meet. A city government who would invest in people. We will announce a detailed platform in the coming weeks. And we will implement first 4 commitments that I'm going to go over immediately. First, we will freeze taxes. That will help the people that needs the help now, because we are going through unprecedented uncertainty, whether it's economic, whether it was going through the pandemic. This commitment we will deliver if people of Surrey gives us a chance to be a mayor and council for them. Secondly, there is a hidden $300 tax that's imposed on the parcel. This $300 parcel fees we will restore back to $100 that was prior to this mayor and council that got elected 4 years ago. Thirdly, we will make sure that we have the fastest process to process the projects here in Surrey. That will help the people who are looking for rental space, affordable space, And we will use all the resources available from the provincial government and the federal government to make sure that within the first 2 years, we have the fastest process to process the permits in this whole region. And fourthly, my team can witness that over the past 4 months, people has come to us. They want their children to have alternate means. We will invest aggressively in parks and recreation. And on our team, we have a very talented individual who lived this dream, and that is Julie Tapley. Julie, I want you to come and talk about the progressive policy that we can bring in parks and recreation.
Thank you, Suk. Suk knows Parks and Recreation is very personal to me. My father immigrated here from Trinidad in the mid-50s and went to UBC. And he did his degree in Recreation and Physical Education and began his career as the first Director of Parks and Recreation here in Surrey in 1961. And it's a legacy that he speaks so fondly of, especially when I was a child at family dinners. And I really took it on myself. It sparked an interest in lifelong activity and learning. I went on to do my degree in political science and education, and I know that at this time, more than any, coming out of COVID, people of Surrey, people everywhere, we're all feeling that need, especially for our children, to have access to green space, access to fields and parks and facilities that can help advance them in their quality of life and give them alternative options beside just our regular four-wall bricks and mortar schools. And I know that my team and our team together, it's not just my personal passion, but we believe in this topic, and we will, as Suk said, aggressively put money towards it so that we can help better the community. So thank you for letting me speak to this, Suk.
Thank you, Julie. And we cannot do it alone. I could not do it alone, and I needed a team, and I have a very talented team that I will introduce you shortly. And we as a team cannot do it alone. We need all the citizens of Surrey to come together and work as a team in a positive and constructive way instead of the divisionness that we have seen over the past 4 years. These are the 4 priorities that we have mentioned. Number 1, the tax freeze immediately. Roll back the $300 parcel tax back to $100, making the fastest process in the whole region when it comes to permits and the processing of projects. So we have the capacity to meet the demand in the housing. And 4th, Julie has talked about aggressively investing in our parks and recreation so we provide the alternate means to our children so they can realize their full potential. And over the summer, we will have a fully costed platform that we will be bringing to you, and also the rest of the 4 candidates that we will be launching in the next month. With this, first, I'm gonna start with my left. We have Julie Tapley, who's been a lifelong educator here in Surrey, who's been a community activist and is passionate about serving our community. To my left, Jasveer Sandhu doesn't need any introduction. Served as a member of parliament for NDP under Jack Layton from 2011 to 2015. Even though we come from different political streams, but I can tell you we have worked together in the past only for one reason, because we both were committed to make a difference in people's lives. To my right, we have a talented businesswoman who's been involved in the real estate sector for many, many years and is a community activist, involved in the community, and has a passion to bring people together. That is Becky Ju. As we, as a team, call the last but not least, Jeff Bridge, who is one of the most successful small business people in Surrey and one of the hardest business people that we have seen. Not only that, in fact, he's involved in the conservative politics for many, many years and helped many political people in Surrey to get elected. With this team, I promise to the people of Surrey, if we are fortunate enough and they give us a chance, we will do our best to bring in a change at the City Hall, to work together as we are stronger together. With this, I will open the floor to questions.
Mr. Dalima, my question is, what is your take on RCMP versus city police?
Over the past 4 years, we have seen that on this issue, the council and the mayor has made this a political football. They have used this as a wedge politics. Surrey needs the police force because we want to make sure that safety of our citizens is the top priority. The council and the mayor did not provide openness, transparency. So people are concerned. So there's a division on this. I can tell you, moving forward, our priority is the citizens of Surrey, that they have the best public safety, irrespective of the badge. And in the immediate future, RCMP and Surrey Police have to work hand in hand until the transition is complete, and we will be open and transparent when it comes to telling the public about the transition.
So are you in support of the transition, or are you opposed to it?
I certainly said yes, because I said we will have RCMP and Surrey Police will give both forces the respect that they deserve until the transition process is complete.
You're in favor of the transition?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So do you, Mr. Dalima, on your platform, will ask the citizens of Surrey what they prefer?
We have already come up with this because people, irrespective of what the political people are telling you, the elected representatives are using this as a wedge issue. But we got to realize the reality, how far we have come when it comes to the police transition. It is my understanding there's almost 300 people are already hired in the city police. We have come long ways, and we got to make sure in the coming days, coming months, and coming year, we have to bring both forces together. Instead of creating a wedge or a division, we have to provide citizens of Surrey the best public safety that they deserve.
Have you had a chance, Mr. Dollywell, to look into the cost of this transition so far? Are you able to tell us how much it has cost so far, how much it may cost at all?
This is what the mayor and council has always kept as a secret. The question that you are asking me, I wish mayor and council should have answered this or should have told the citizens of Surrey a long time ago, then we might not be as divided as we are on this issue. And he have not provided that information, and I'm promising that this team, if people give us an opportunity to govern, we will be open and transparent with all the cost and with the process and with the timeline that it will take.
Recently we saw the murder and shooting of How are you going to address the shooting in regular shooting?
Certainly, as I said earlier, people want to make sure that they are safe, their children are safe, our seniors are safe in our community. And we will bring in the resources on the ground that we need to make sure that every citizen in Surrey is able to feel safe in their home, in their business, and in the parks. I already, Ms. Pijata, I already mentioned the 4 priorities that we have going to bring in. Number 1 is the tax freeze as soon as the people of Surrey give us an opportunity to be in the office. Secondly, we will roll back that $300 parcel tax, which is a hidden tax, back to $100 that was prior to this mayor and council got elected 4 years ago. Thirdly, the process, the rental market today. We want to make sure that we are able to help bring affordability. And that on that point, we will make the process faster so we have the capacity. So number of permits that are coming that meets the need of the growing community. As you know, 1,500 residents moving every month into Surrey. If you look at 3 to a household, so we need 500 new dwellings per month, 6,000 over a year. And being a professional engineer and being a land surveyor and a small business person, I totally understand the needs of the community right now is to have the inventory. And federal government has come up and we will tap into those resources. $4 billion they have put forward to make sure that city is able to hire new inspectors, new plan checkers, new planners, so we are able to make this process. And I said that we will, in the first 2 years, this process will be faster in the whole region. And fourth, aggressively investing in parks and recreation, where our seniors, our children can enjoy, and particularly our youth, they can realize the potential they have. We as a government can be a force of good in people's life, and that's why these are the 4 priorities. And over the next few weeks, we will be announcing the other set of 4 council candidates as a team, and we will also have a costed platform.
Mr. Dhaliwal, did you say that the current council has been very divisive for the city, and is that why you decided to run? You feel that you could bring everyone together?
I raised my family here in Surrey. My elderly parents lived with me, and especially my mom lives with me in Surrey. I have a small business just blocks away from where we are. And I've been involved in the community. If there's one thing about Sukh Dhaliwal, it is the accessibility. I'm sure that, many of the media outlets that are here, they can witness that I have been 24/7 passionate about serving my constituents and being accessible, and I'm known to be a person who can bring people together. And that is why we have a team. Look at the team that we have. Different political stripes, different professional experience, and we have come together to address that. Because people are fed up with this partisan politics. They want their mayor and council to work together, irrespective of who got elected on that team.
So the things that's been happening in Surrey, the divisive council has caused division in the community?
It certainly did, and that is why we have to have a united Surrey, and we can only be stronger when we are together.
Mr. Dhaliwal, what do you think of Mayor McCallum's charge of this?
You can go and ask him. My focus in the previous years has always been focusing on the positive. Because positive politics is what people of Surrey needs. We have much more to tell about our team, the capabilities that we bring in, and the platform that we can bring in, and we will fight on a positive that what we are going to deliver to the people. Madam?
Yeah, thanks, Francis Gula from the Globe and Mail. So there are 4 mayoral candidates now with you. There's rumors of a 5th. They're all promising to end division, make Surrey the safest place ever. How are you any different from the others?
It's very clear. Look at this. When Jasveer was elected as a member of parliament from the NDP under Jack Layton, we worked together. And today we are standing together here on this podium to work together as a team. And this is who I am known for. My you can call it expertise or a nature that I always try to bring communities together. I always try to bring people together. I always try to bring even municipalities together as well.
I mean, they're all saying that. They're all saying they have a diverse team. They're all saying that they're going to bring people together.
And certainly you have seen over the past 4 years, and you can go ask, and you have seen that 2 of the 3 the teams that you are mentioning, that have mentioned earlier. And I certainly tell you that this is the team.
Jenny Simpson hasn't run with them before, and she's also claiming she's going to end division.
And we have to see, and we have to see the past. I've been elected as a member of parliament for the last 5 terms, and I can tell you, anyone that has approached me in my office, irrespective whether they supported me or they did not support, whether they live in my constituency or they don't, whether they belong to the party banner that I got elected or not, I have always passionate to serve them. And that is what the strength that I bring in to this team and to the city, and that's what we are going to deliver in the coming days, months, and years, if we get a chance.
2 more questions, and then there'll be an opportunity to one-on-ones.
Sure. Mayor Baines of CBC. I'm wondering, where do you stand on beefing up public transportation? It's one of the biggest concerns out here in Surrey. I'm wondering, would you support an LRT project that was killed during the last election?
An excellent question. This is how we, as different orders of the government, got to work together. As a member of parliament, I have met with many mayors, councillors, MLAs, premiers across the nation. But when I was a member of parliament, previously, if you look, the previous government had an approach to have an LRT to Newton and, of course, along to Guildford along 104th. I, as elected member of representative, I wanted to make sure that I worked with the government of the time, and we supported them. We provided them $1.4 billion to help them build the LRT. And then the new mayor and the council came in, and they wanted to scrap that project. And we stepped forward again to make sure that the needs of Surrey residents is met, irrespective of their local politics. Because my role as a member of parliament was to support the local political force that got elected. And we provided over $3 billion in public transit to city of Surrey, the biggest in history of Surrey. And now moving forward, we will make sure that I have a very good working relationship, so does other members with the provincial government and the federal government. And we get a chance to get elected, we will work with the federal and the provincial government to make sure that the transit needs of citizens of Surrey are met.
So will you resurrect the LRT project?
I would continue because this is not who I am. Because this decision is made now. Because Doug McCallum wanted to help the city of Langley to have a SkyTrain going to Langley. He scrapped the transit system along the King George that the Newton needed at the time, and today it needs as well. So he made a decision, and we, as an elected representative, worked together with him to deliver that mandate for him. Because it was the provincial government that invested 40%, and it is the federal government that invested 40% into that project.
Last question, and then there'll be chances to interview.
What do you hope to do for underrepresented and marginalized groups in the city of Surrey? How do you hope to help them?
Like, can you tell me a particular example?
Yeah, whether it comes to housing, affordability, what do you do?
Certainly. On the affordability, government can play a role. I already mentioned that, freezing the tax, rolling back that $300 to $100, and then helping to make the process be faster. Because longer it takes, higher the cost. If we do not have an inventory available here locally, then we can't provide affordability. We have to work together with the other governments to make sure that we have the process in place, that we are able to meet the demand, that 1,500 people that are moving every month to Surrey are able to find an accommodation at an affordable price.
But Mr. Taliban, the property taxes skyrocket. It's not in a percentage-wise, but if you look at it, the property prices have gone up, and people, they're living in the principal residences, and the prices gone up, and in real work, it's a 20 to 30% increase. How you will control that?
Absolutely. The answer is very clear, Mr. C.J. Sidhu. We are going to freeze the taxes as soon as people give us an opportunity to get into the office.
No, but to freeze is what you have.
We are going to freeze the taxes. There will be no tax increase in the very first year.
Okay, that's and then the press conference, and then we will do some one-on-ones.
Again, thank you everyone for coming and be part of this process, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Well done.
You have NDP leaning person, former member of parliament, and then you have a conservative, and you are a liberal. What is the thought behind you bringing all these party politics on it?
It's not a thought. It is how we can work together. And previously, we have worked together. Even we were on the opponent side, like Jeff and myself. Like his focus was to serve the people of Surrey. So does his, and so does Julie's, and Becky, even though they are neutral in politics. But the reason was they were there for the people of Surrey when they needed them, and we are here together when the people of Surrey need us together, united, and stronger together.
So when you become a mayor of Surrey, how you will operate differently than the current mayor?
Openness and accessibility. ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਤੱਕ ਸੁਖ ਧਾਲੀਵਾਲ ਨੂੰ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਐਕਸੈਸਿਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਆਮ ਸਧਾਰਨ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਸੁਖ ਧਾਲੀਵਾਲ ਤਾਈਂ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਐਂਡ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਕੌਂਸਲ ਮੈਂਬਰਸ ਹੈ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਇਹੀ ਕਮਿਟਮੈਂਟ ਔਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਇਹੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਬਜਾਏ ਕਿ ਓਨਲੀ ਫਿਊ ਇੰਡੀਵਿਜੂਅਲ ਹੈਂਡਫੁਲ ਆਫ ਪੀਪਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਕਰਨ ਇਟ ਸ਼ੁੱਡ ਬੀ ਐਨ ਓਪਨ accessible position to all.
Thank you very much. So ਅੱਜ ਸੁਖ ਧਾਲੀਵਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਫਾਰਮਰ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਆਫ ਪਾਰਲੀਮੈਂਟ 5-time ਮੈਂਬਰ ਆਫ ਪਾਰਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਅੱਜ ਆਪਦੀ ਬਿਡ ਅਨਾਊਂਸ ਕੀਤੀ ਐਜ਼ ਏ ਰਨਿੰਗ ਫॉर ਏ ਮੇਅਰ ਆਫ ਸਰੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪਲੈਟਫਾਰਮ ਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਯੂਨਾਈਟਿਡ ਸਰੀ ਅਤੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਨਾਲ ਕੌਂਸਲ ਲਈ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਨਾਲ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਆ ਉਹ NDP ਲੀਨਿੰਗ ਵੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਕੰਜ਼ਰਵੇਟਿਵ ਵੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਆਪ ਇਹ ਲਿਬਰਲ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਸੋ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬੜੀ ਡਾਈਵਰਸ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਟੀਮ ਇਕੱਠੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਆਪਦੇ ਸਵਾਲ ਜਵਾਬਾਂ 'ਚ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਜਵਾਬ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਟ੍ਰਾਂਜੀਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕੰਟੀਨਿਊ ਰਹੂਗੀ ਮੈਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ RCMP ਅਤੇ ਲੋਕਲ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਦਾ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਸੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਕਾਈ ਟ੍ਰੇਨ ਲਾਈਨ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਫੇਵਰ 'ਚ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਕੰਟੀਨਿਊ ਰਹੂਗੀ। ਪਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਟੈਕਸਿਸ ਇਹ ਫਰੀਜ਼ ਕਰਨਗੇ ਅਤੇ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੱਡਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਰਮਿਟਸ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਪੀਡ ਅਪ ਕਰਨਗੇ। ਸੋ ਇਹ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਅੱਜ ਖਾਸ ਮੁੱਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ। CJ ਸਿੱਧੂ ਰਿਪੋਰਟਿੰਗ ਫਰਮ ਸਰੀ, ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ ਕੋਲੰਬੀਆ।